Welcome to The Gods Are Dead. We are a live tabletop roleplay podcast on the Into the Dungeon network. As always, we are so glad you've joined us. You can find the VOD and all of the Into the Dungeon podcasts on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube, with new episodes uploaded on Wednesdays. You can find more information on our website at inthedungeon.com. We also want to take a moment to say thank you to all of our patrons. You are making this show possible. Into the Dungeon isn't owned by anyone else. It's just us making it for all of you. So as long as you want to keep listening to the show, we will keep making it for you. Now, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Megan, our Dungeon Master, for The Gods Are Dead. Enjoy!
A little recap from the last episode. So the group went to uncover, I said I was good at this part. So it went to investigate a ruin that had been uncovered by a set of storms that had come through. These storms aren't anything out of the ordinary. They just happen sometimes. It might be a little unseasonal, but really you guys are used to it. You have to spend a couple days indoors just because of the air quality is so poor. You are in an arid desert-like region. So you ended up engaging another party while you went to these ruins. It seemed that something was amiss, and it turns out that they had succumbed to some creatures that had ravaged their brains and taken off. You were able to subdue one of those creatures, but the other one had escaped when the ruins had collapsed beneath your feet. After investigating these ruins, you guys were able to find some clues about what it was. One of the tablets was written in a language that you understood, and it seemed like each one of these faces was just another language with the same verbiage on it. Through your investigating, you were able to find a capsule with a small amulet inside. It was gold with a green stone, jade, and it had ornate canine heads in this precious metal. When you returned, you turned in some etchings that you had taken of the stones, and you had a plate that had given you instructions, but also had the language in it. You took that with you. It was broken into two. Despite what you found, you were given a premium price for these items. You weren't caught or anything. There was nobody left that survived from the other party to turn you in for doing this without basically permission. So you were given 20 gold pieces each. So you definitely got a premium for going out there. And not playing by the rules. But since then, storms have subsided, which has been great because in just a month, one of the biggest festivals of this city is about to take place. It's called the Festival of Eaves. You celebrate this festival the night before the first day of spring. It's also you celebrate it with lanterns. So a lot of your vegetation in this area won't necessarily bloom during the day, so lanterns will kind of open them up. But since you're in an arid desert region, celebrating things during the day is usually pretty miserable because it gets kind of hot, especially when you get to the warmer months of the year. So this festival in particular is a little bit more enjoyable at night, in the evening. And the lanterns look really great at night. And you have all kinds of dishes. Some people will do little bonfires and do roasted thing, roasted lizards or roasted cactus, agave, that kind of stuff. Just and really enjoying the day. You have been requested. Each guild kind of has their own thing that they do for the celebration. Some guilds will give speeches for what they want in the new year. So if you think about it, this festival is kind of like your New Year festival. It's for you, it's like the beginning of something new. It's beginning of a new season. It's beginning of a lot of things that had been dormant coming back to life. And so a lot of people will do different dishes that they'll sell for their guild to raise money for each other. Sometimes they'll do feats of strength for entertainment. You guys in particular, you have a tavern in which you run. It's mainly known for its drinks. Sometimes there are refreshments. Sometimes there are like snacks or appetizers that you give, really kind of just bar food. But what you guys are known for the most is your drinks. Clawry has good taste in agave beers and wines and stuff like that you guys have. That's where kind of your guild makes its money, because jobs can kind of be sporadic for the lower ranks. Each of you has a task in which you need to select to help out with. You have cleaning, decorating, cooking, and getting drinks from the cellar. So which tasks do you think you guys would be best suited to do?
Could you repeat those roles again for me real quick?
Cleaning, decorating, cooking, and getting barrels from the cellar.
Only one of those sounds like it's going to involve a blade. So.
I don't do cleaning. And in addition to that, I don't think people want me near their food.
So will you be getting barrels from the cellar, or would you be decorating?
I'm gonna have to compete for the decorating portion of it, because I also can't lift barrels. So
yeah,
all the streamers are gonna be like 3 feet below,
right? Just
in the way.
Well, I do have Mage Hand.
They're gonna be lining up.
My subclass gives me access to some decorating helpful spells, and I have a familiar that can help me decorate at the same time. I'll go tell him to do some weird stuff.
If I could, I'll just go ahead and volunteer to do the getting the barrels for the drinks.
Okay.
Char, I'm sorry, Char.
I don't do cleaning.
Cleaning fire.
Yeah, I mean, fire is
if I did, I would burn everything. You know, they'll have to deal with it. I will go and clean with some fire.
Okay. You can be as creative as you want. Terry's got his mage hand to do the decorating and his unseen servant.
No, they'll see him. It's just going to be a possum running around with streamers.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first? Wait, does that?
I'll go first.
Okay. Osire, give me, what skill do you think will help you get the barrels up? Are you going to use your brute strength? Are you going to use some sort of leverage? A pulley winch system?
I'm gonna go with just brute strength.
All right, so give me an athletics.
$15.
Awesome. All right, you're able to get barrels out of that cellar, no problem. Genus tells you where to put them behind the bar. You can see there's a couple empty spots where they can go. He has you help him put a couple spouts in them so you can start pouring drinks. All right, who's next?
Are people coming in right now, or is this all just party prep?
This is party prep. So the evening hasn't quite started yet. Because it is an evening thing, things like getting barrels and drinks ready, like it's not going to take a long time. It is just tedious. So it might take you guys a couple hours just to get things set up. So the first part of your day you had to yourselves, but usually once the sun starts setting is when the frivolities start.
All right. Well, I'm not quite sure what sort of decorations we had purchased per se, but if we did have any sort of gourds around the area that were being farmed, maybe we have some sort of decorative festival gourds. We'll put candles in it and put those up. Any sort of
not gourds per se. There are different plant life things that can be dried and I guess be gourd-like. Usually your lanterns are your normal metal lanterns. There are paper lanterns that are set out with everybody's wishes, kind of as like a wrapping up the evening type of part of the celebration. Usually a lot of people will kind of decorate with paper, doing cutouts or taking plants that they know will bloom and putting those out. Tamara is able to help you. There are a set of decorations that they reuse. So you're not having to start from scratch. It's just how well are you able to use the resources given to you.
Okay, well, anything that looks like stringy and decorative, I'll have Scuttles like sort of weave in and out around things with his mouth and just sort of hang things like that. And then I'll mage hands up some lanterns and any other sort of decorations, I guess, that they have on hand.
Are you physically doing the decorating or Scuttles?
Both. Well, Scuttles is probably listening to me give him commands, right? I'm not gonna like make him like put oil in a lantern and hang it, but you know, if there's like some sort of like stringy sort of decorations, he might run up a column and
okay. Will give me are you maybe using your animal handling skills
for the task that I'm getting him to do? Yeah.
Well, he would be giving you advantage, but what skills do you think you're using in this particular feat in order to decorate? Are you using your intelligence, like what looks best together?
I think as far as this will have to be your call because you're the DM. I was thinking like whenever people are trying to put on a show, they use performance as a role usually. Okay. But I'm not like physically putting on. This is like putting on the facade of a show, right?
If you want to use performance, then yeah.
Okay.
And then Scuttles will give you advantage because he's helping.
Sweet. 19 total.
Nice. Okay, so this place looks pretty good. You are able to use the decorations given and also improvise some other decorations. Maybe Scuttles ran up to your room and found some like corn husk that he thought would be good, paper flowers, and
Scuttles, you're so artistic.
So yeah, definitely you guys got real creative and it looks great. It looks festive. And it doesn't look like the lanterns are going to catch anything on fire.
I love how you made a scarecrow out of yesterday's lunch.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay. All right, cooking.
All right.
So Tamara primarily does the cooking. She keeps things, she likes the lighter, more delicate type of pastries. But she also does things like a type of pretzel, but they use maize with it. So it's really thick and helps like soak up some of the alcohol and everything. So with your sharp skills, what do you think you'd be best at in helping?
Well, you see, you can't always study the blade because life is cruel, or your mom won't let you because it's in the house. And so, the Lord of the Edge also is proficient with calligraphy. So what I would like to do is I want to maybe get the dough and I want to decorate this stuff. He doesn't really care what it tastes like. He just wants all to be the fanciest, most well garnished food.
Okay. Okay, so you see she'll take some of the dough and
Get the icing bag and
yeah, she makes really thin strips of this dough and then she rolls it and makes kind of like a floral type of shape with them. And then they go into the oven and they come out and they're just like this golden little brown. You can just tell it looks nice, but it just needs that little extra. Give me a roll and we'll see what kind of extra you put on there.
What am I rolling?
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
What do you think that it would help you in your calligraphy skills?
Do you have proficiency with the calligrapher's kit?
I have proficiency with the calligrapher's kit.
Okay, well then use your calligraphy.
Okay. Oh, that is a 16 plus just my proficiency would be an 18.
Nice. Yeah, so she pulls all these little treats out of the oven as they're finishing, and you just know with each one of these little pastries and pretzel bread and tamales, like just that little extra that's needed to just make it look almost too delicious.
I take the flowers and I want to cut the petals off them and then the stems and then sharpen one part of it so it looks like an edge. It just looks like a sword effect.
Do you flour her flowers?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, these are better.
Okay. You don't do that to all of them, do you?
No.
Okay.
Just the tastiest ones. Like I leave the oatmeal raisins alone.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, they look really good. You're able to get them all plated up. Just kind of ready for things to get started. And they look great. You've got some like icing and sugar, like sprinkles on the edges, and they just look just almost too pretty to eat. You could still eat them, but they're almost too pretty to eat.
Move like one sprinkle and then he's proud of it, but doesn't want it to show.
Yeah. All right. Char. Cleaning.
Yeah. Cleaning.
Could be the most important job of this game.
The one time that she's probably going to need to be delicate.
Yeah. Is everybody
a health inspector?
Okay. So what? It's a tavern. There's muck on the floor that people track in. There might be a dirty plate someone's kicked under. The fireplace might be a week late for taking out the ash. What kind of skill do you want to use?
Oh, this is, I think, perception, to be able to find every spot of where it's really, really dirty.
So you want to perceive the dirt?
Yes, I want to perceive the dirt before being able to clean it.
Okay. All right. Give me a perception roll to see if you can find the dirt.
There's so much. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. What's wrong? Why is it doing this?
If everything's dirty, nothing is.
It's all just dirt. Oh no. You know what? That is. Oh, that's a 6.
This place looks pretty clean. The brown that is on the floor looks like wood. Like,
it's clean enough.
yeah, you look around, you might push a couple chairs in to the tables. You look at it, like the fireplace. I mean, Ash never hurt anybody. You know, you look under the tables. It looks fine. Like you push some chairs in. You make sure that any tables that have a cloth on them, the cloth is straight. But really, like, is anybody gonna notice those stains? I don't think so. It doesn't bother you.
Nothing bothers me.
Is this clean? Walks by the live possum.
That's true.
Bringing trash downstairs for decoration.
He's literally just taking trash from my room, dragging it down the stairs, all over the wooden staircase to each and every table that he finds appropriate.
Yeah. So really, granted, with the decorations, with the cooking, with the drinks, the amount of drinks available for everyone, when everyone starts coming in, the festivities really get going. It seems like everybody can kind of excuse the filth, because really the place looks nice. It looks really festive. When people order drinks, they get them right away. When people order food, there's really no wait, and it looks awesome. So it's kind of like, place might be a little dirty, but the service is great. They have what we want. We won't give them a 5-star, but really probably the diamond in the rough here.
We just wanted you all to know we're not afraid to get dirty.
One of the things that's also very popular with your tavern is Tamara tends to give fortune readings. She tends to give a New Year fortune reading, like kind of see what your past and present holds for your future. Players are welcome to have their fortune told if they would like. You don't have to, though, but it is something that people, it's kind of like one of the other, like, you guys always have a tavern here, but one of the things that your guild does for the New Year is Tamara does these fortune readings.
I would like to get my fortune read.
Okay. So you wait for a moment when the crowd kind of wanes, and you sit down and you tell Tamara that you want your fortune told. And she pulls out she has her sack of stones, and she wants you to focus on something. You don't necessarily have to focus on something, but she just tells you to focus, and you stick your hand in the bag and you pull out 3 stones. You then lay them out face down, and then she'll go one by one flipping them over. So your past, when she flips it over, it shows the heritage mark. But this is reversed. So it's not in its proper position. It has been turned upside down. It can indicate a past full of prejudice and bad karma. So just keep that in mind, because we're going to go through each one, and then we'll have a full picture. Present shows the dawn. It shows the coming of age and the ending of a cycle. The beginnings are approaching with new breakthroughs, awareness, and awakenings are possible. It represents the transformation of power, of change, and it's a good time to embark upon a fresh enterprise, a final positive symbol of hope, certainty, and security. And she flips over the future. It's man, and it is reversed. So once again, it is upside down. And it can indicate self-delusion, manipulation, and isolation. So what Tamara tells you is that your past, being what it was, isn't necessarily a positive thing, but your present shows a lot of difference in that past. Your present is much different than what your past was. Your future, however, you must be aware of false hope, of a self-delusion. You must keep in mind your past in order to not lose what you have presently.
Okay. Yeah, Char's a little shocked. Just, well, the past was that's correct. I don't like to talk about it, but it is something that haunts me. But I will be aware of that. I will not forget. If I did, I would be forgetting my family.
She says perhaps that's what you need to remember. Okay, anybody else want to have their fortune told?
Yeah, Osiris would like his fortune told.
Okay. So after hearing Char's astounding fortune, Osiris decides that it's time for his future to be told. So you sit down. You do the same thing. She says, keep a thought in your head. You grab 3 stones, put it down, and then she flips them over. The first being the past. So the past shows the ox. It is a stone of strength, endurance, and hard work, perseverance, motivation, and determination. It can indicate a time of great energy, speed, and health. It also shows increasing power and masculinity. This is your past.
Before you jacked up your arm so much.
Yeah. Obviously so.
So your present, it shows an elk, but it's inverted, so it's not in its proper position. It could be reversed, means that there is hidden danger in your present. Your future, it shows an inverted message sign. So reversed, it can point to miscommunication, deceit, misunderstandings, and manipulation. So what Tamara tells you is that in your past, the things that you have strived for, your strength and your determination, currently is under threat. And if you succumb to this, your future will lead to difficult personal relations.
I would say Osiris says something along the lines of, my friends have been there for me in the present tense, and they even told me that recently I look pretty good. Things are getting better, so I mean, I know in the past I was definitely in a better place, but recent events have kind of deterred me from those things. But I don't know. I think you might be onto something on the wrong path here. Thank you anyway. I'll walk away.
Okay. Anybody else? Does Terry want his fortune told, or is he going to pass?
Oh no, fortune tellings, horoscopes, all that mumbo jumbo. You'll soon meet a dark stranger outside of the barn at 12:30. Of course, I'll not know somebody at some point. No one can predict the future. Ridiculous.
I feel like this is the conversation that the Lord of the Edge is having with Terry because he's been trying to resist. He can't, he can't be seen participating, right? Because that's not cool. And it's like he sees all these people slowly start talking about their fortunes, and so he's gonna try to
Can I roll an insight on the Lord of Edge? Like, do you actually want to do it?
Yeah, I mean, Megan, sure.
Oh, I only rolled a 6.
Can I roll deception? Because my
I rolled a 6. You're gonna get it.
I do. I was like, yes, it is all foolishness. These people should be practicing their skills. If you'll please excuse me. And then he's gonna sneak around and just go up to.
Just wait for it to get busy. Okay. Terry's
I think I heard your animal outside.
What, Scuttles?
Yes, Scabbers.
Oh God, Scabbers! How did he get out of my room? I go look for unknown animal Scabbers outside briefly.
All right. So Terry's opting out. So they have a Lord of Edge. Your past. Oh my god. I actually didn't write the symbol down for your past. Okay.
My past is unknown.
The sideways
Good job.
four-headed
honestly,
cat.
It's fine. It's written in the description. Okay, your past shows light. As such, it represents the beacon of truth and finding your true north, guiding your own shining light. It can indicate that which is previously unknown may come to light, secrets may be spilled, and you're on the right path to finding your true calling in life. It's your past. Present shows gift. It's a positive symbol that indicates you're in possession of many gifts and talents, or that someone will bestow upon you bountiful blessings. It also relates to generosity, balance, and positive relationships, and has no inverted meaning. So whenever you get this symbol, it means what it means. There is no yin yang to it. It is always a positive thing. So you so far have seemed to have found a true calling, and the present seems pretty good. What is everybody's passive perception?
Oh, no.
13.
11.
Mine is 15.
Holy crap.
12? Okay, so the Lord of Edge, while Tamara is flipping over your stones. Oh, and Terry, you're outside, right?
Right.
Oh, no.
So Lord of Edge, you can hear people screaming. And Terry, you see people running towards the tavern. But they aren't like running into the tavern, they're running past the tavern. You see people running past you, and you see the people who are standing around being merry starting to do the same thing. Everyone seems to start to panic. The Lord of Edge, you hear this first before everybody else in the group. And there's even a few people that come running into the tavern and say, you need to bar the doors. Everyone needs to get out. Everyone needs to find shelter.
From what? I hear screams.
It says, there's something in the street attacking people. He's hysterical. I'm not.
Yeah.
But he's like, there's something in the street. Something's attacking people.
There shall be two things in the street.
So your passive is pretty high, right?
Yeah.
Or it's pretty good. When all of this chaos kind of occurs, you see Tamara, before she kind of stands up, she flips over the last coin. And it's an odd figure. You might not have seen it before, but I will describe it to you because you're able to see it right before the two of you get up. It is like an octopus-like image with a bat wing. But then you all get up and the stones get jarred. Tamara gets up. Genus gets from around the bar. What are the rest of you doing?
At hearing that, I want to say Char had on an apron from which she was supposed to be cleaning. And just as soon as she hears that, she just rips it off, grabs her warhammer and her axe, and kind of starts heading towards the door.
Since I'm outside and other people are freaking out and running, I know someone already did this, but I feel obligated to tell everybody. So I burst in the door. Everybody, there's something outside, monster perhaps. I don't know. We all need to get the hell out of here. And then, sort of like gesturing for people to come out the door to go join the stampede.
I'm kind of at a loss, still thinking about the fortune that I was told. I'm like, I'm strong now, you know, just like still thinking about I can be still strong now. But then I hear this noise and these people like coming in. I'm like, are y'all strong enough? You know, just like still is like everybody's strength is in check right now. So is this happening? What's going on?
Yeah,
What
as
do I need
Terry
to do?
opens the door, like the muffled screams become very clear. People with their children running, people running into buildings, closing doors behind them. In the stampede that's pretty much happening, people are tripping, and neighborly thing is someone will come by and help pick them up and keep moving forward. People are panicking.
Well, are we leaving, or are y'all planning on
killing
planking
it.
the windows and doors?
I'm
What do you
killing
mean
it.
you're killing it? You don't even know what it is. It could be a dragon out there for all
I
you
feel
know.
like
I don't
he's gonna
care.
be looking at the Lord of the Edge and Char with our weapons in our hand.
The bus just ready to go. Oh no.
Without much hesitation, you actually see Genus go outside. He tells Tamara to take everybody into the cellar. And she starts gathering people. Maybe people who had a little bit too much to drink. She's trying to help get downstairs. And Genus actually walks outside. And then he's not joining the group running. He is walking in the direction in which they are running from.
Following him.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
actually much
Oh.
safer with Genus. I don't know why everyone's in the cellar. Have you seen this man? Feline?
Right. To describe Genus, he is a tabaxi. He is quite further along in his years than many of you are. He does have scars. It's kind of not your atypical, like he has nice fur, but there are some bare patches where it looks like maybe it just didn't grow back from the scarring that's on him. He's not particularly, like he's not a very tall person or tabaxi, but he is very large. I mean, he's able to get the barrels and stuff out of the basement just fine on his own. He's usually able to stop fights pretty quick in the tavern. None of you have ever seen him get his hands dirty. And each of you have been told different stories of why he opened the tavern. He doesn't seem particularly keen on answering the question, so he just has fun telling you different stories each and every time that you ask him. So, yeah, he is walking towards whatever these people are walking away from or running away from.
Right, this cat's jacked, yo. We should just follow him.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Just don't get in my way.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we're all just gonna run right after Genus at this point in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Genus.
So I believe Lord of Edge does have the highest perception.
Yep.
I need to pull up Genus, actually. Lord of Edge, you're able to see something throwing people in the... You can see someone get picked up and tossed, like onto a first-story roof. You're able to see fire in the back. You are able to see... And Genus seems to also be looking at what you're seeing as well. But he seems to be much more focused. So whereas you're kind of like, can't really tell what you're looking at, he seems to be like dead set on what he's looking at. The rest of you, I would like perception checks, please. Because Lord of Edge's passive actually meets the check.
My eyes are sharp. My blade is extremely sharp. For the
There's a 16 plus 1.
Please.
15.
8!
Okay, so Char, you can see people running and screaming. You can see people who have injuries. They might be holding their arm or they're holding a part of their face as they're trying to run away. Osire and Terry, you're able to notice the thing that is tossing people or taking chunks out of people or batting them. You're not able to make out its features, but you are able to see that it's a little more than 30 feet from you. What you see next, though, as Kalri kind of focuses in, he charges in on this creature. And when I say charge, where a lot of you get 30 feet in your movement, he's going double that. So he is running at a pace in which you cannot in the same time to get up to this thing. So all of you are a bit more than 30 feet from this creature. I'd say about 50. So I need everybody to roll initiative if you wish to engage the beast.
Yes.
Cool.
I would like to say that she's not carrying her great axe in her other hand. It's actually a quarterstaff, because a great axe is a two-handed weapon. So, yay!
21.
Nice.
23.
16. So won't I make it a decent roll?
Yo, I actually took alert, alright? I have a plus 10 to initiative right now. I happen to roll a 13 that time.
Shut up, Terry!
Roll better. Using that lucky die again? Or...
Hey, while this
Sire
combat
just
is
hang
getting
back.
set up, y'all should know that we've gained 2 subscribers, and someone just tipped us a $10 tip. So give them a thank you.
Yep.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
I rolled a 15.
Y'all.
nice. Okay, that's not bad, but you're not going first.
I've been keeping
More of
my
a fan?
eye on the chat, so.
Bigger fan of Aegis, but we
Yeah.
appreciate tips as well.
Oh,
Jesus, Brad! Jesus, Brad! Jesus Christ, Brad!
if 1,000 is 10, does that mean 5,000 is 50? Because that just happened.
What?
My buddy Brad just did 5,000 bits.
Aw, guys.
Sweet.
Okay. You really have to make this fight good now.
Jesus Christ!
You know what?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You know
Brad.
what? I got you.
He's-
Okay, so what you end up seeing, because I actually pre-rolled the beast and genus for this little clip. So what you see happening
Well,
before you can reach this creature is genus and this beast. So once Genus engages, some of the crowd starts to clear out. And what you see before you is a canine-like creature. It is not full canine like you're used to because it has 3 heads, and the heads are deformed in a different way. One of them you see has just this gaping jaw of just an impossible amount of teeth. You see another one, it has just this breath of fire just licking its lips. And then you see another one that has just these kind of like stunted horns on its head. And it is a very large beast. With Clawry not being a very large tabaxi, this cat versus dog is just, he is dwarfed by the size of this beast. It is filling its streets with its shoulder to shoulder width. And it has just seemed so pleased with the bodies just drenching it. Its one mouth in blood. The feast that has been laid before it has just pleased it so. And what you see is Genus actually gets the first hit on this thing. He is not wielding a weapon. He engages this creature by clawing it. So he jumps up. So this beast comes down, tries to come down on Clawry, and he's able to get the first hit. So you just see him take his claws and just rake it across this creature's face. And his claws, even with it being dusk, you can visibly see the scratches that have come across this creature's muzzle. So these were deep cuts that Clawry was able to do against this creature. The Chimera ends up trying to hit it with its other head. It misses. The head with horns actually tries to hit it with his horns. It misses. But the face that has the fire licking its lips, it actually bellows out a cone of fire, which Clawry is able to jump out of the way of, but it does catch several other buildings on fire. So the fire that was in its rear, lighting it from behind, is now in some of the buildings that is around you. So you guys are in kind of a street that's about 40 feet wide. You can use there is plenty of space for you to move around. This creature does take up a large bit of that space once you do engage with it. But you see them just taking blows. Clawry takes a blow, then the other creature takes a blow. And when you're able to reach up to them and be within range of this creature, with the assumption that maybe some of you do stay back for ranged, you're able to see Clawry's not, he's been able to hit this creature, but possibly his age or just his HP just isn't as large as this creature's. He's not looking all that great, but he's not stopping. Terry, what would you like to do?
You said it was like 50 feet away, right?
Right. I mean, in this little snapshot, you guys are able to get in position. So you're able to move, basically get a free action while this little snippet is happening between Genus and the beast. So if you want to get in position for a certain spell, if you want to use a feature to try and give you advantage on your attack. So you kind of guys have like a free window to prepare yourselves for this fight.
I can only move about 25 feet. Is there anything roughly that distance in front of me that I might use? Are there any like crates or trees or anything
Yeah,
on the
there's
street that I
definitely-
can sort of run up and put my back to or whatever?
Yeah, so there are carts that people were using for their sales. There are barrels, definitely crates, buildings, doors. Some of it might be on fire, but there's enough quantity here, being a city street, that you're able to find something.
Can I? Are any of the carts facing the roadway? Like if I jumped into it, like could I use the momentum to get any further than my normal speed?
Yeah, I mean, but you have basically a free action before you engage in battle, so you can use your movement in this action and then use your movement again. So that you guys are going to get a free turn.
Okay, well, I'll use my movement to try to run and jump and surf onto any sort of carted thing going long ways on the street, if there are any, and if they're not, I'll just run and tuck behind cover or something. But either way, while it's within range, I want to cast Magic Missile. So seeing Genus go out there and try to fight hand-to-hand combat, very inspirational, dangerous. So I'm going to just take, my hands out and do like a sort of like little crossbow like gesture where I'm sort of like cocking my thumb backwards, and then I'm going to shoot out magic missiles, one for each of the heads. The hellhound, whatever we want to call it. And I guess magic missile isn't really a roll, so unless the hound casts shield, the darts should hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and I rolled low on there. So that's 111, 111. That's 6 damage.
Okay, Edge. So you see Terry kind of take a position on a cart or near a cart and then launch some missiles. They do hit. They don't seem to be doing as much as Clawry's hits are. What would you like to do?
He's gonna get up within about 30 feet of it, and he will take his hand and tip his fedora down over his eyes, and you see his mouth smile for potentially the first time. He says, "Beast, I need you to understand that that's my employer, so I hope you can forgive me because..." And he will activate his Blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport behind him, and as he does, the bandages that were around his new sword will like drop to the ground and not come with him, and he's going to reappear ghostly looking, wielding the new sword. This isn't personal.
So you're going to teleport behind the creature?
Yep.
Okay.
And I will hit it with the greatsword, hopefully. If not, this is going to be great.
Because no one's going to be able to see you.
He'll go in front of it. You're right. He needs to be seen. This is the one time. That is 26 to hit.
Nice.
And I will do a flurry of blows and hit it. He hits it with his shoulder blades, which is still bludgeoning damage, but makes me feel better about it.
Oh, does he have like studded shoulder guards?
Yes, now canonically. And that is 24 and a 10.
The 10 does not hit, but the 24 does.
That's damage for him, though. Ooh. It's 24 points of damage.
Nice. All right. So then we've got Char.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of charge forward and get us right up close and personal with it, and she's going to...
Now, it is about 50 feet from you. So
She'll get up as close as she can get
Mhm.
within her movement.
Right. So
She'll
you have
probably she'll probably position to be on the side of it.
Okay.
Just kind of sit there and ready herself.
Do you want to ready an action, or would you like to do something else with your action?
I can cast Produce Flame
Okay.
and launch it at it. So I will.
Okay.
Well, that's a 9. I got a natural 4.
Nope.
Yeah. It just kind of goes wide.
You set another barrel on fire.
It's like the hound that's breathing fire catches your produced fireball in its mouth like a toy and then chomps down on it.
Yeah, just.
All right, Osire.
Yeah. Once I saw what just happened with Char, I just run next to Terry, so I get about that 30 feet just in plain sight of the thing. And I pull out my hand axe, readying myself for the battle that's about to ensue. But literally, like right next to Terry, I'm like, it's always something. It's literally always something. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna pull this out, aren't you? You've got a plan.
Oh, now that you're a hero, sire, I feel like we can beat anything.
Yeah. And as I'm saying that, I still like have my rat statue, and I pull it out and I rub it a little bit. I'm like, it's all coming together, and I put it right back into my pocket.
All right.
I feel like this is a condition now.
Are you holding your Are you holding your action?
Yes.
Okay. What are you holding your action for? Like if the beast gets close enough?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So it is Giannis's turn. He hits again. Does a pretty good chunk of this. What you would think is he's hitting and he's hitting hard. You're able to see these hits. You're able to hear them. But that Chimera goes after him again, and is able to equally match his hits. So then we are back up. Terry.
All right. I'm gonna run up to it. You said this is like a large creature.
Yes.
So I probably can't get like behind it or by the side of it, can I? Since it was like 50 feet away. Okay.
I mean, you would have to use like probably another 2 turns because.
Oh wait,
I can dash as a bonus action because I'm a rogue.
I'm
okay,
gonna use my bonus action.
to move my movement speed. Then I'm gonna use my movement speed to run up.
Yeah, you can get behind it then.
Yeah. And then I'm going to lay into it with a booping blade attack.
Yeah, lay into it.
Yeah. All right. That would be a 21 to hit.
It hits.
Okay, cool. And that is going to do 7. I actually don't know what sort of damage a dagger does. Is that slashing or piercing damage?
Thing.
Oh yeah, piercing damage.
7 piercing damage as I stab into its leg.
Okay. One feature I did forget to mention to you guys actually is that it has 2 very large bat-like wings on its back. Could be how it got into the city. Lord of Edge.
Wait,
And it's also surrounded with an energy, and if it
Oh,
moves,
that's
it
right.
takes 1d8.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, how much damage did you do?
7.
Oh wait, I had sneak attack. Hold on, more than 7.
Yes.
13.
All right. Then we have Char.
Yeah.
Not the Lord of the Edge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ed should be.
Oh, sorry.
before.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
said
She's
Ed.
cutting in line.
Sorry.
I get to go first? No.
No one can outcut me.
No. Ah.
Yeah, Lord of the Edge is gonna like become fully opaque again as his blessing of the Rain Queen fades, and he will mix it up and stab it with or slash at it with his sword. 17?
17 hits.
Alright, and for the martial art silver blade, that tie adds a 20, so those are both going to hit. Ooh, that's good on the damage dice. 18 damage.
All right, now Char.
Now it's my turn. Okay. Yeah. I believe I have this right. Yep. She's going to run up and just backhand it with her warhammer. She's gonna, can't really call a shot here, but she's trying to damage his wings if she can.
You won't be able to reach his wings unless you can go up because it is a large creature. So it's a one tall, like larger than you.
Yeah, I'm gonna see exactly how tall she is, but or like that area, just like that muscle there, just trying to hit it, kind of get its attention a little.
You just want to wing it?
Yes, we're winging it here.
I can't open that on the fly.
Because you said it, I got a 2, so that's a 6.
No, it does not hit.
Well, good thing I have 2-weapon fighting, and I'm going to hit with my quarterstaff as a bonus action.
Okay.
That's a nat 20. That's a 24.
Nice. It definitely hits.
Yes. So this is the...
Let's double your dice.
Okay. That's 2, 6 plus 2. That is yeah. Yep. It's a 10. That's 10 damage. I don't know why it caught me up for a second. Yeah, that is 10 damage.
I'm sorry, Miranda. I'll quit flapping my gums during your turn.
No, don't stop.
Okay. All right. Sire.
Right. We're gonna charge at this thing as well. Can I go for like a specific head, or could I go for like all three, like in a running, slashing motion towards the neck?
Yeah, you could probably get in the neck region.
Okay.
Not touch the heads, because they wouldn't all be positioned in the same spot.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to try a called shot at disadvantage, or you can just.
I want to do that. Yeah, let's go for. I wouldn't know which head is closest to me in this regard, but the middle head would be like the one.
Let's say the one in the middle is the one with all the like gnarly teeth.
Right.
The one closest to you is the one with the fire, and the one furthest away from you is the one with the like deformed horns.
Let's go to the one closest to me, I suppose.
Okay.
And we're going to go for like this weird sprinting, jumping action where I'm just like, I got to kill this thing for Terry, so that everybody's safe and whatsoever. And I'm going to use my hand axe just for like a slashing motion, since he's already doing his thing. And let's see what happens.
For Terry!
Yeah, basically for Terry.
For Terry.
Terry dips his head out from beneath his back to the hind legs. Oh shit! Is there spider coming?
An 8, I assume would not hit. So I basically just like just bite this, and I guess to have like 10 feet of like backing up that I can kind of like retreat in a way. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, do you want to use your bonus action for anything?
Not just yet. Feel like that's gonna be a saving grace, unless Terry kills this thing before I do.
All right.
Like Clary's gonna kill this thing.
So we're at the top. So Genus is able to get another blow on the thing. With your help, this creature is starting to look injured. It's definitely not looking fabulous anymore. But as Osire engages with this creature, it kind of takes a sharp breath in all 3 heads, as it doesn't register whether or not Osire attacked it, but it does notice his presence, and it will go for him. So it'll take a step forward.
Oh, does it move?
Yes.
Ah, it takes 1d8 booming energy. Hold on. He takes 7 damage. As his front nails on his paws explode with thunder.
And it goes after Osire. Does anybody speak Primordial?
I do.
Nice.
So
Passes.
nobody but Char hears this. It kind of speaks in like a broken Primordial, like it hasn't mastered the language, and it says, "Not the master." And it is going to roll to hit Terry.
Okay.
Terry Osire, my bad. Let's see. Does a 15 hit Osire?
No.
Does an 18 hit Osire?
Yes.
Does a unnatural 20 hit Osire? Okay. So
Wow.
you see this creature. The middle head goes for Osire. It misses. But you see that deformed horn head go straight into Osire's side, dealing 10 points of damage as it plows right into the side of Osire. And then you see the claws closest to the head with the fire just come down and just try to catch Osire in its claws, doing another 11 points of damage.
How much blood is splurting up as we see this
Yeah.
scene?
I mean, you definitely hear Osire go, "Not that shoulder."
On a scale from
the head
The
plows
shoulder.
from 1 to Tarantino,
into his side. Then when claws come down on Osire, you can just hear his flesh give way to like the sharp talons of this creature.
Not the shoulder.
Oh, sire, no!
Sire.
I assume Osire still.
I'm just hurt.
I like that Terry thinks he's dead now. He's still standing up.
He's just...
Oh my god.
So then it is Terry's turn.
If a halfling lost
That much blood, they would be dead. So I can assume that you're already gone for. So I'm gonna rage out at it. I'm gonna sprint up to its back and just with both of my daggers start stabbing. Real angry rage. Halfling like, yeah. For Osire! And then start stabbing at him a lot.
Ooh. I think an at 20 hits.
Same room here. That is a nat 20. So that perfect timing for a nat 20 for
Perfect
my first
timing.
weapon.
Always got my back, Terry.
And then
Well, he's got the rest of your
second
body.
one's like
so.
a 21
Yeah, right.
unnatural. So I'm going to. You said just double the dice.
I've been a punching bag every session.
Always the shoulder.
Always the shoulder.
Always the shoulder. It's the running gag now. It always has to be the shoulder.
It's the shoulder.
That is a 22 points of damage for the first attack, and then I'm gonna offhand. Since I have 2-weapon fighting, it's just basically a normal attack. Oh, that's 27 points of damage. I believe I didn't put my dex mod in there. And then the next one is 4 plus my dex mod, so 9.
So 27 plus 9.
Yeah.
I gotta do the opposite, so 36. Okay.
So 36 damage total as I rage stab at the back of the creature.
Oh dear lord,
Nice.
rage is supposed to be my thing, but Jesus Christ, Terry, keep going.
Well, his is more condensed. He has a normal amount of rage in a halfling body.
It's not like the Constitution amount of rage, right? Like I don't have enough rage to pour continuously.
True, true.
It's for the love of friendship right there. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best cinematic nat 20.
All right. Then we've got Edge.
He kind of tries to come up with something to yell, but he's
Terry-
not his style.
As Terry gives this blow to the creature's hind leg, it kind of like gives that leg, that tendon that doesn't seem to be able to hold up its weight so well anymore.
Can I go for its throat now? Would that be not like a target type, but if I'm close enough, if it's laying down, I'll kind of
Yeah, let's go
start
through.
swinging up with my great
Yeah.
sword.
If you want to swing up, sure, but I don't know if you're going to be able to cut off a head.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do a target attack. I just flavor. Swing my great sword. That's 18, which I believe hits. And then I will do my Monster Hunter-esque shoulder bash into it for my martial arts attack.
Nice.
And that's a 13.
Womp, womp, womp.
Roll it on a damage dice though, and I get an extra D4 because I have my special sword. It is a 16 points of damage
Nice.
of edge damage. If I hit him one more time, he gets frosted tips. I think. I don't know how the.
Oh gee.
Nice. All right.
It's a curse item.
Char.
Yeah. I'd like to get up. I'd like to rage. I will rage. I'm gonna rage. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's raging. I'm trying to remember because I believe my warhammer has extra stuff on it, but she's going to smack this thing across the face with her warhammer. That's another nat 20. So, I do believe my warhammer is supposed to have something extra. I'll look at it here, but Jesus Christ. Wow. That is going to be 10 damage, plus 2 because I'm raging, so it's 12 in total. Wow. Wow. And that's my turn.
So 12 total damage?
12 total damage, yes, from me.
Okay.
And she just roars out, kind of incomprehensible, mumbling, essentially, in Primordial, but you can't make any sense of it, even if you could.
Nice. All right. Oh, sire.
Did I even get a turn? So, if you didn't know, I'm screaming at this point in time. Just maniacally, literally, my shoulder is in pain. Everything's in pain. Like, I'm crying. Just the worst sight you can see, because Osiris has been through so much. But he sees like everybody trying to attack this thing and help him out. Is there any way I can heal myself in a way where I'm like not as bad off, but I don't think that's a thing. Can I like a Hail Mary start slashing this beast though, like with my last gasp of like just everybody's attacking this thing. I want to attack it because it still have a hold on me, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't grapple you or anything like that, but like it seemed like it would was going for you, but just kind of slashed you instead.
Yeah, I definitely want to just target the face of this thing still.
Okay.
I'm gonna go forward with my hand axe once more, and hopefully it doesn't try to kill me again. So like upsettingly, I go for it, and let's see what happens. Let's see if I get a better this time. A 15.
15 will hit.
Okay, cool. And let's see, we'll do 8 points of damage.
All right. So between Clary and the four of you, you have been going blow to blow with this thing. And then Osire, bloody and screaming and crying, goes up to this creature and does one last slash as it starts to buckle under its own weight because it is so gravely injured. And you just see it just collapse on the street, and some of you moving out of the way so you don't get crushed by its size. And you have defeated this creature.
I still think it's attacking. This was some sort of like belly slam attack, so I'm gonna try to dodge out of the way, but still keep on like jamming my daggers into it. You know what I mean? Like how dare you hurt my friends like this, and then really just going at. I guess his haunches at this point if he's on the ground.
And while Terry's doing that, Osar is like in the background, just like just like happy but sad and just disgusted all in one. Just,
The Lord of the Edge walk up to him like, Terry, you're going to ruin your dagger. Just ignoring him.
It's the soothing voice of the Lord of Edge will compel me to realize that this thing has stopped moving.
So as you step back, you notice that the one head that was breathing fire is starting to disintegrate. It seems like it itself is starting to burn, and its flesh is cooling back in red embers as it seems like its own body is starting to burn its own corpse. And it doesn't take too long for this to happen, but as a large creature, you are able to see a patrol of other guilds behind the creature who have caught up now. They seem to be like in full armor with their horses and weapons, like they're ready to go to war. As you guys are able to kill this thing off in a relatively fast time, you see Genus Crawley sitting on the ground. Some of you might be concerned for his well-being, but as you look at him, you see that he's just breathing deeply. The Lord of Edge might recognize what he's doing, but he's just taking consistent, deep inhales and exhales, and he actually looks like he's getting better just by breathing. And yeah, you've got a city that is partially burned. The guild, as this creature is disintegrating, some of them are trying to hurriedly like grab pieces of it. Some of the wizards you might recognize or anything like that. Would any of you guys try to snag something before this thing burns up?
If I'm already next to his foot, can I try to like take his toe or something?
Yeah. I mean, his toes like large, so you could definitely try. They're one of the furthest points from the where it is first started burning, so you have some time.
Okay.
You know what? He helped me get my rail for my sword, so if he can lure the edge, will assist Terry Ten Toes in acquiring a toe with his enormous greatsword.
Yeah, if
I'm
you
about to
help
be
him,
Terry
you
11 toes,
100%
baby.
will get a toe out of this. It's like a 6-footed toe, or six-toed foot. Not
Jesus.
6-footed toe.
You slowly got there.
Toed foot.
But
He goes up and he offers. He starts swinging and he offers his other greatsword to Terry. He's like,
I pick up the gray sword. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ! You swing this thing? Could you? Perhaps you could just cleave it off for me.
I do not cleave.
A cut with the finest blade. You would sever it like a grain of sand in the desert so quickly with such friction that it would create glass from the sheer force. Lord of Edge, might you sever this toe for me?
Well, of course, now I will.
Yeah, you see that some of the guild is starting to some of the other guilds are starting to try and put out the fire. You see that the fires behind you, or not behind you, but behind the beast have been put out. So maybe that's what took them so long, is that they're trying to keep the city from burning down.
We don't like anybody screaming in these buildings while we're carving up this corpse, do we?
No, I mean, the people
It's not
were
gonna
able
look
to
great.
get out. I mean, I don't know how many people stayed in the buildings they were in with the beast right next to them, so.
That's fair.
How bad is Osire?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Oh, sorry, you
get
gotta tell me.
healed?
Huh?
Like, I was going to go and like try to do some like healing for Genus, but if he's fine,
Yeah,
I'm
he
wondering,
seems like every breath he takes, he seems to get a little bit healthier.
every movie
because I was gonna be like,
Yeah, every move
recruit
he
some
makes,
moves,
every breath he takes.
but
Yeah.
like,
We'll make sure to be watching him. It'll be fine.
yeah, that's fine. Osire obviously psychologically is already jacked up. And this doesn't like help whatsoever, but I mean, I'm fine-ish. I'm not dead, but I am definitely like shaken up by all of the events that have happened. And I just kind of like lick my wounds here and there. So I don't want to take any memento from this beast whatsoever. Like I'm done with that. Like I've been licked. It's too much, you know. Like every event that we have been encountering, I just thought it was going to be an easy day of drinking for some people. So,
Osire, do you have the necklace on you?
I always keep the necklace on.
Okay. Give me a perception roll, please. Everybody give me perception rolls.
Okay. 8.
12.
Perception roll. I got distracted by a cat. It's fine.
I got a 16.
Oh dear lord. Please.
Do you
That's
keep
a
it
nat
under?
20.
Mhm.
I got a 23.
Keep it inside your armor or outside your armor?
Inside.
Inside?
Because
Okay.
like it's kind of supposed to be like hidden. Yeah.
Closer to your heart?
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
close to my heart.
so Edge doesn't notice anything, even with his passive being higher. Sire, you feel like a warmness. You're not sure if maybe it's your blood dripping down your armor. But you feel a warmness in the same area as Amulet and Osire, or Char. You see kind of this like glow, this faint like green glow kind of kind of peeking out from inside his armor. Like, if it was daytime, you probably wouldn't be able to notice it, but since it's dark.
Right. Sire,
Yes.
are you alright?
I've never felt better, actually. I'm feeling a nice, warm feeling of relief right now, actually. Just relief.
21 points of
Oh,
damage.
really?
Like, I just never felt
You've
better.
never felt better.
Oh, no.
Like
mean,
before
just-
the cuts happened, or
Just the fact that everything's done now. I'm fine.
like a mental thing. Clearly not a
Yes,
physical thing.
not a
because
physical
you are
thing.
bleeding.
My shoulder
lot.
is very much not feeling all right, and I am losing blood. But
You were also glowing a little right here. And she kind of
then
like,
I, like-
motions to the area where the amulet is.
I look down. I'm like, well, would you look at that? Huh. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, glowing with the holy
Don't
light.
worry
Wait, which
about
god
it.
do you worship?
Apollo.
Apollo.
Glowing with the holy light of Apollo within his bosoms, of course.
Of course. It's like a music in my heart. There's a song there. I should sing it to you later.
Of course.
I suppose.
I'd be glad to hear it, but
Would you like us to take you to someone who can perhaps heal you before the shock wears off and you collapse
Please.
from all this pain?
yeah,
Please.
I think
I
we
was
should.
wondering
but
when I was going to say that before I pass out.
You're bleeding quite a lot.
I'll be
So-
keeping an eye on you as well. Don't worry.
I think the other guild members are still watching, though. If we can maybe look cool as we retreat, that might be appropriate.
Yeah.
So you see this creature finally starts, the last of it starts to disintegrate into these red ambers, and little ash is even left on the ground. Can anyone want to give me an arcane check?
Yeah, let's do a +0. Let's go for it.
Never know. All your
That's
nat
An
20.
18. Yeah, that was an 18. So sis, I don't make up when I get a nat 20. Okay, I don't get them often. Let me
All
have
right.
this.
All right.
Don't-
18 for an arcane is really good. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I feel like I want to, but at the same time, my good friend Osire here is bleeding heavily, and also some distractions going on with the green stuff. So I just want to cast light like on his armor, just to like overpower the light that's shining from the amulet, so no one else notices.
Okay. I mean, like, the arcane check will be like in passing. It's not going to cost you.
Oh, well then, yeah, sure, I'll
anything.
roll one.
I got a 16. He probably knows a little bit.
I got a
about
19.
calligraphy. Probably a lot of runes and
Osire?
stuff.
Would you like to, or are you too distracted?
No, I'm too distracted.
Okay. So Char, Terry, and even Lord of Edge, what you know about this creature as it's disintegrating, it seems hollow. So even Terry's little toe that you helped him cut off, it seems that it too disintegrated into a hollow object. Like, there was no organs that were disintegrating with the creature. It almost seemed like it was not fake, but not real. It was arcane real.
Is it like a shell filled with magic wispagoo?
Kinda. So Terry was the highest, and Terry was a 19, Char was a 18. So yeah, it seems like you're not quite familiar with summoned creatures, and how they work, but you think that this kind of creature was along those lines, that it was summoned. It's not something you're going to find in the wild roaming. You're not just going to come across a creature like this. It was arcane made. So Terry, you don't even have your toe.
So like Scuttles.
Yeah, like if Scuttles died, you could resummon him.
Scuttles has undeniably got killed before.
We need to cut Scuttles in half and see if he's also hollow, and then we'll know for sure.
Try to take a piece of Scuttles and keep him, you wouldn't be able to. Like,
Okay.
just
Well,
like
this
your
is-
dragon, your dog toe.
There was a time I sent Scuttles in to grab a piece of cheese and flap! Suddenly had to cut him in half to get him back.
Oh. That's quite a lot.
Was that how the other one came to be?
So it seems like everybody's able to get the fires under control. You have no monster to clean up. There are, after some of the guild members have been putting out the fires, some of them have been trying to aid the townspeople that have been bitten or thrown. It didn't, it didn't seem like it was trying to kill anyone, more that it was playing with them. It was toying with them.
Okay.
It actively didn't kill anyone. It did, however, seem to want to kill Osire for some reason.
Char will mention the fact that it did say the words "not the master" when looking to Osire.
You mention that to the group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everyone, it did speak primordial, and it said "not the master" when it went to attack Osire, and I'm questioning a few things. Is that just me? I'm curious now. Osire's glowing and not feeling incredibly in pain. That's probably the shock, but still.
The glowing is
And-
over. It's a long-term effect. It was a short-term.
Yeah. He was glowing.
Perhaps that amulet used to belong to his master.
That's what I was getting at. That's what I was
Could it
thinking.
have been the fact that I was attacking the master of the three heads?
I don't.
All right, I get it. You'd be like, no, not the master.
Right. That's
Well,
what I
it was
figured.
very broken in what he said. That's the issue. Is that it was very broken. If you're
All
saying
right.
no, not the master head, you might have mentioned head. But
Well, of
Perhaps
course it
next
was
time-
broken. His thoughts are competing with himself. He had 3 heads there. I can
That's
only imagine
true.
thinking with 3 different heads. There's got to be all sorts of interference.
Perhaps next time Ophire can tame the beast, and then we can teach it proper grammar.
I
Maybe.
doubt that it was referring to me when it said something about a master. I'm pretty sure it was referring to itself, right?
it stared at you before attacking you, but it could, yes.
Osire doesn't even like rats. Nonetheless, horse-sized 3-headed dogs.
Any
With
type of beast,
wings.
for that matter.
With wings.
Yeah.
Maybe it had nothing to do with the amulet, and it just might light up when something like that's around. It could have been talking about genus. Maybe one of the other guild leaders.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. It was arcane. It was magical. Whoever can.
So you're
That's
saying
true. If Gina sprints at me with his claws out, I'm gonna say, "Oh no, not the master too!" And I'll run away.
God.
So what you're saying is this isn't over.
I
Yeah.
don't think it is.
As you guys are mentioning Gina, and you look over at him, he's helping the other guilds put out fires, helping people get aid, those types of things. And he looks fine.
Is he out of his catatonic state, or?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah. No, he looks pretty good. Like, I mean, he's not 100%, but
Yeah, it's just a cat nap.
he looks not bad.
I was trying so hard. I couldn't even spur one before you threw another in.
I feel bad. I
This is
don't like to use the
becoming a
saying word
catastrophe.
over again. I don't like to use
I was gonna say, yeah, he took a quick pause. But I'm like right before you threw it in. You're too good.
That's terrible.
Just getting around.
Ah!
As the evening calms down, people seem reluctant to be out in the streets. You see people returning to their homes. kind of has ruined the most festive of holidays for your people. And then and you hear this chipper, sunny-like voice in the distance, and Kurt passing out the paper lanterns that will hopefully dawn people's wishes for the new year. And the guided wing is handing out their paper lanterns, despite the misfortunes of the day. They have decided that the one thing that tends to bring people the most hope should continue on, whether or not people want to do it in a group or just want to do it in the safety of their own homes. They are still going around passing out the lanterns and saying that that have faith in the new year. Things always look better on the bright side. Fill your wishes in this lantern and let it out into the world.
Can I, when I get my paper lantern, he kind of takes it and kind of like flexes it a little. It's like, what an appropriate metaphor for hope.
And it's not just Sunny. It's other members of the guided wing handing out the paper lanterns for everybody to write their wishes upon, and then set a little light at the bottom, and it will be carried out into the night. And you see that not everybody is as joyous as they are every year, but you see small families or single participants just kind of standing on their doorsteps, writing their wishes, and then setting the lanterns out. And though this night was filled with chaos, nobody lost their lives. And you see the night sky starting to fill with all these brilliant lights of lanterns. Does the party let go any lanterns?
Carwell. She'll kind of... At first, she's like kind of trying to hide what she's writing. She's putting like all of her body over it, and she's a big woman, so it's a lot. But when she finished writing, it essentially just says, "My wishes just go out to my family. I hope they're able to get out like I did." And she will actually use Produce Flame to light the small light and send it off.
Lord Edge will send one, but he will hide wherever he's doing this, and he will write in his calligraphy, I hope my edge can be kept sharp enough for them to remain safe. And then burn it. So there's no evidence.
Okay.
I'm gonna write one too, and it's gonna say, "Please stop attacking Osire. Fondly, Terry Tiptoes." To whatever forces in the universe read these things.
I have no plans to stop hiding behind him.
I need him alive, please.
Osire is also going to write one and send it off, and it's simply going to say, "There's no place like home," and just release it.
Okay, so as you release your lanterns, and you see everybody else on your street and the streets around you have done the same, you stand out there, and like I said, the night sky already full of stars. You start to see even more of these lanterns, and as you look up, you can see things crossing the horizon. The night sky, you see streams of light starting to cross the night sky. And that is the end of our The Gods Are Dead game 3. Thank you everybody for confirming.
Yeah, it's
That's
episode
it. Audience, that's this many in case you don't know.
Yeah, just this many. You know, D&D people can't math. So
Yeah.
this many.
There's no dice with a 3.
Yeah, I know.
No D3s.
No D3s. Get out.
So I would like to thank everybody so much for listening to our show. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please tell people that you enjoyed it. Tell them that they should also listen and enjoy with you. We would really love to thank the people who did enjoy it and showed us how much they enjoyed it. Those types of contributions help us keep going and producing this content for you. If you'd like to check out more of our podcasts or other content we've created, you can go to intothedungeons.com, or you can visit us on patreon.com/intothedungeon. And we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Peace.
Bye. Thank you.